there, safari lovers. Brian here. I'm at Pungwe Safari Camp in the magnificent Manyaleti, and just behind me we've kind of got the, I guess it's the main guest hall, the mess hall, whatever you'd like to call it. We've got dining in here. It's a little bar, as you can see, quite rustic, very traditional camp. Behind me we can see we've got our campfire, and it's normally going most of the time. It's where the kettle boils. Everyone gets their coffee or tea in the morning and sit around, have a bit of a chat before we head out in safari. Very small camp. It only takes 8 people at a time, so there's 4 tents, ensuited tents here at Pungwe, and thatch roofs, everything you need in there. Paraffin lighting, paraffin lanterns is what's inside. There's also battery powered lanterns in there. You can't charge stuff in the room. There's enough electricity. They run off solar electricity power stored in batteries here, so you can, there's a fan in the room that'll run off that. Any of your charging is actually done back at the main little area over here. So currently I've got laptop and battery chargers and everything else being charged over there. Nice sunny day here today, so we'll have a quick stroll through the camp. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here today. Not uncommon. We've had an elephant here the other day just wander through the path that I'm on here, and in the background there you'll see one of the thatch roofed tents. All very comfortable beds, plenty of room inside. So as I said, only 8 guests allowed here at the time. It's very intimate. It's probably one of the most peaceful places I've ever been. If you come to Pungwe and you can't leave the worries of the world behind, or they don't just melt away behind you, then they never will. It's such a peaceful, tranquil environment here. It's the second time we've been here and we're booked to come back again. It's just a classic safari atmosphere, really homey. Meals are, again, when we're talking homey, meals are of the homemade variety. We've had a bunch of game drives, and I'll be putting some game drive stuff up during this video, or after I've done this little bit here. I'm going to talk a little bit about Manyaleti, but yeah, just a wonderful camp, really friendly people. If you're here, Wes and Tracy, Wes is South African, Tracy's from the States. They're managing the joint. They've got a lot of local knowledge, so they're happy to help you out with anything you need. And I'm going to put a big thanks out there to our guide, Never. It should be always, because he always delivers the goods out on a safari drive. And our tracker, Wonder Boy by name and Wonder Boy by nature. You'd swear that Wonder Boy was telepathic with the bush. Unbelievable tracker. You won't be able to see anything and he'll find it. A lot of you will have had that experience, but Wonder Boy really is exceptional with his tracking. He really is amazingly connected to this place. So thanks to those guys, we've had some great drives. If you want to have a bit of an idea, you'll see it in the safari videos. Some of it I'll tell you about, because if you're into birding, tons of birds around here. Lots of good raptor sightings. Today we saw, during this trip we've seen Wahlberg eagle. I saw spotted eagle today, a first for me. Battle eagle, tawny eagle. What else did we see? Tawny eagle, I think I mentioned Wahlberg, but brown snake eagle today as well. And I'll probably throw up a few images as well, still as well as the some of our safari video out in the field, out on the trails. So I'll give you a bit more of an idea. So coming up to one of the tents behind me, so I'll move down a little bit so you can see it. So back there, as I said, just a classic safari experience. I cannot recommend Pungwe enough. And the owners are just wonderful people that do a lot in the community. They started a creche here for working mothers working on the Manyaleti, and they also provide the main meal for all the kids who go to the creche every day. So if you're interested as well, we normally bring in some school stuff, you know, pencils, pens, crayons, books, things like that. So if you want to do that sort of things, and you're going to book Pungwe, then reach out to Alex, who's one of the owners here. She'll reply to info@Pungwe on email, and it's just something you can get involved in with the local community and give back a bit like these guys do. So I'm going to just chat a little about Manyaleti. Magnificent Manyaleti, the best kept secret in South Africa, and one of the best kept secrets as far as game reserves in Africa. And if some of you guys are used to South Africa and also used to East Africa, the Manyaleti is really surrounded by really well-known private game reserves like Sabi Sands and Timbavati and Thorny Bush, and it's just not very well known, even though the southern border of Manyaleti is the northern border of Sabi Sands. Literally, if I could drive in a straight line down here on a decent road, I'd be over in Sabi Sands in about 15-20 minutes, and yet no one knows this place. So when you come on to Manyaleti, you'll find that you'll almost never see any other vehicles. Now, it's made up of two parts, really, Manyaleti. You've got public access, so you can drive in there. At the time of this video, it was for foreign nationals, it was 110 Rand per person as the conservation levy to come in. And you can drive around any of the public access roads here. There's one main camp, which is a self-catering camp, and I can never figure out why you don't see a lot more people come in here, considering the entry to Manyaleti is literally at the open gate of Kruger National Park. I'll put up a link from my friend Phileas Stain, the safari expert. He does a really good piece about Manyaleti and why he thinks it's not as popular as, say, Kruger, which is literally, well, this park is bordering Kruger. It's open to Kruger. So he does a really good piece on that. But yeah, you literally drive around here and have the place to your own instead of the usual crowds you might find in a place like Kruger, which can get extremely packed. So as I said, it's part of the public access, and then there's private concessions. So you can't drive on the private concessions within Manyaleti, only if you stay in a camp like Pungwe. There's 4 or 5 other camps and lodges in the Manyaleti that you can stay on the private game reserves, and of course they can basically cross over into each other's portions there and go off-road, which is to a siding if it's out of view. If they kind of track an animal like a lion and you need to go off your road, you can do that, which you can't do through public access. But yeah, if you were used to South Africa, you would come to Manyaleti. There's a viewpoint that you can go to that's overlooks all the... It's called Dixie Kopje. Now, Kopje is one of those kind of rock hills that you see a lot dotting around East Africa, and you can see it there, and it's just a lot of open plain. So there are some bushier areas here, but there's just a lot of beautiful open areas, you know, lovely dams and waterways, and it also makes for really, really good photography. So again, I'll show you the video later on. You'll see video of our game drives, but sure, first night in, leopard you won't see as much because it's so open here, and they do like more bushy areas like the Sabi Sands, but it's certainly lion territory here. At any one time they can have up to 80 lions. I think it's made up of 4 or 5 different prides, and those prides can be 20 to 25 strong. So this is definitely lion country. However, there's also painted wolves, aka wild dogs here, that we've seen that frequent as much as you've got as much of a chance, I'll put it to you this way, of seeing painted wolves here on the Manyaleti as anywhere else. Hyena, rhino, tons of ellies, impala. I mean, as I said, there's tons of games here, and because it's quite open, you can actually see, you know, animals in good numbers at the Manyaleti. So like Pungwe, I couldn't recommend, and well, it's a double-edged sword because it feels so private in the Manyaleti that I'm always torn between keeping it hush-hush and promoting the place, but it's so fabulous. Everyone should really come here. Don't ignore it. A lot of South Africans don't even know this place exists, even though they might have gone to Kruger many times or one of the other private game reserves. So enjoy the safari videos. Hopefully there'll be some good stuff there with the painted wolves, the wild dogs. We got lion roaring last night. You know, some really good close-ups of Ellies, and stay till the very end as I'll put up some of my still photography from the Manyaleti. So if you enjoy the video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and share. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.